Hey guys, I'm just going to go over to my take on today's gold setup. Um, I've drawn me Asia session on, so obviously this is the Asia session. My timing's out on it for gold for some reason. I don't know if I need to change the feed, but so I've drawn it on for now. So what I was looking for when I first come on this morning, obviously it's bullish overall. What I've first drawn to is there's a bit of imbalance in here on the 15 minute. On the once we go down as well, we've possibly got equal lows just above it. I'll show you on the 1 minute. So possible equal lows just above the imbalance here. Equal lows. And then obviously this imbalance slightly changes. So we've got imbalance fill around about there. I'll just drop lower to see if there's any lower. So for anyone that's watched previous videos, obviously I'm always looking for imbalance fills. Pardon me. Yeah, imbalance fills, and then change a character, then a mitigation into an entry. So everything else is sort of like lined up at the minute. So there's liquidity here to take, imbalance fill. I mean, it looks worse on the 15-second, but obviously I'm not the best with gold price action at the minute, but it don't really always work the best on the lower time frames because it's so wicky. But it's a prominent zone anyway. Like I say, there's liquidity just above the imbalance fill, as long as it didn't want to come lower, and then obviously it gives a valid setup. So pardon me. Obviously I've drawn the box to about, I think it's about 7 o'clock this morning, give or take a few minutes. So from here, play that. I'm waiting for imbalance to be filled, change a character, I think. So play some candles. So we get an imbalance fill there. The imbalance fill are required. So straight away, I'm coming on the, obviously set alert at the imbalance if you like, just so you're not watching religiously. It means you can get on with your day. So at that, if price comes above, that, price comes above that line I've just drawn there, then I would then look to set a pending order on an entry zone somewhere. Again, I always recommend setting an alert on this line or just above it, do whatever, do your thing. So there we have a breaker structure, so we've had that. At this point, you should be looking for an entry, lowest imbalance fill. So this is where I struggle with gold at the minute, because I don't, unless it's crystal clear. I mean, I hesitated on this one, big time really, but obviously that's why I didn't end up taking it in the end. But if we look purely at candle form and forget wicks, we start seeing buying pressure from this candle here. So if you've got the low, and then it starts getting decent green candles here, that's still sort of valid. So obviously we've got possible little bits of possible equal lows under here. So my entry should have been marking basically that as my, should have been my entry. So it should have been pending on at that point. Give it a little bit for spreads, I guess. $62, say $75. It's only a couple of pence difference for spreads. And then ultimately we'll be targeting imbalances elsewhere, so for the opposite side. So, I mean, up here looks somewhere up here. No, don't want that. So we start seeing possibly some tiny bits of imbalance in here. Obviously this little up thing causes, and obviously starts breaking to the downside, so somewhere around about there would be what I would consider a fairly safe-ish take profit target. I'll just double check on lowers to see if there's anything that I can sort of spot. So maybe this imbalance fill around here. Like I say, gold doesn't print imbalances the best sometimes, so if I can see something like that on the 15 on here, it's probably quite prominent. We've also possibly got this up here as well, bit up here. Take profit. That's about the best I can sort of see. I'm not keen on all this up here. There's, yeah, it's just I never really quite like them when they're this sort of shape for whatever reason. I don't know why. Just don't seem to react from it too well too often. So that aside, anyway, maybe a video for another day. Obviously set TP at there. So pending would be on at that point. Obviously it's broken above this change of character line here. I'll just draw that back on. Yep, so as soon as it closed above that, that would be this order going on sort of thing, as long as I could read gold price action a bit better. And then we would hopefully set and forget. Hopefully you can sort of manage that sort of thing. But we wait, we'll let it do its thing. It just tags in pretty much next to minimal drawdown. I did have these lows marked earlier. Just remembered them again, just seeing them again. And there you go. That's pretty much bang on to the pip. I'll stop that playing because it starts to sell off properly from there. But that's a 1 to 17 done. Obviously I think as well there's trend line liquidity here to, obviously that's formed once it would have been in the trade, so we know it's trying to generate liquidity to push itself up, so creates it here, takes it here, and then obviously what it does after that is anyone's business. But yeah, that's it guys. It don't really get much simpler than that, other than the fact that gold's a bit wicky.